Hello world! This is Lisa Friedrichsen, a professor at Johnson County Community College, and this small screencast is going to be on how to use our online learning system, Desire to Learn, otherwise known as D2L, at least how I use it. So the first thing is that you just need to be able to sign in. My favorite place to sign into D2L is to simply go directly to online.jccc.edu, which takes you to this JCCC single sign-on login screen. Click Login, and there we go. We'll be at the Johnson County Community College Desire to Learn homepage. The homepage has 3 columns, the first of which is the most important because that lists all the class that you're enrolled in the current semester. Of course, you can change the semester right here. The middle panel is home to announcements from JCCC News, and the last panel lists some nice links and some free courses that you might consider. Okay, let's get right to the meat of this, which is the course shell that I create for you for any one of the classes that you might be taking with me. And I'm going to click on this Web 110. It's an HTML CSS class that I teach, but all the classes that I teach are basically organized the exact same way. The first thing you need to know when you come into any class is that I'll post important news here on this homepage. Typically that's 1 or 2 postings a week, just depends on what's going on at JCCC. If I get job opportunities, sometimes I'll post them here, and just any important information that I want to alert you to between class periods. For my online students, this particular panel is obviously really important. Beyond that, I want to show you a few special links. Some things are self-obvious, like the calendar link shows you a calendar of all the due dates. Personally, I like the list view because it lists everything that's due. I have all my due dates in one place. But you can also look at this from a monthly perspective, weekly perspective, or even a day perspective if you need to see when your projects are due. The content tab shows you a lot of different pieces of content that you'll need for the class. In this particular screencast, I'm going to focus on 2 items, the syllabus and the Q&A document. The syllabus is important for all my classes. You probably want to print and keep in a folder so that when you go to a job interview and they see that you did well in a particular class, you can pull this out and show them exactly what the course description was and exactly what the course objectives are. The syllabus also lists textbook, 13-digit ISBN number, so that you can search on that particular number and get the textbook online ahead of time if you so desire. Beyond that, the syllabus for each one of my classes lists the day, the date of our class, what we're going to be discussing in class, and what I want you to have ready for that class. So the syllabus is going to be our contract between us. All of your assignments as well as all of the points for the class are listed on the syllabus evaluation, and then of course any caveats that you might need to know for that particular class. The Q&A document just is a Word download, and it just lists many of the common questions and answers I've received over the years batched up into one document, which is especially important for my online students. The discussions tab is exactly what you'd think. It has a spot for topics and discussions that pertain to the class. I hope you'll all take the time to introduce yourselves in the introductions topic, and also post any other questions you have in any of the other discussion threads, or start one yourself. I guarantee that if you have a question about the class, then other students do as well. So be brave and post your question in the discussions thread where everyone can benefit from the Q&A. Now, if you have a question about something that relates only to you, particularly if it's about your grade, then be sure to use email, which is private. That's a private message to me, versus discussions, which are obviously public to the whole entire class. The next link I want to draw your attention to is the Dropbox. The Dropbox is where you literally drop your homework, your graded homework that is assigned on the syllabus on a weekly basis. You will click the link for the first project and put your homework in this Dropbox. I will then grade that homework after the due date and leave any feedback and scores for you to review. It's really important that you put your homework in the Dropbox because that connects automatically to the gradebook. So don't email me your homework. When your homework is done, put it in the Dropbox. Now, of course, if you have a question between assignments or before you'd like to submit it as completed homework, yes, then use email for between the assignments. But when it's done, you'll need to put your homework, your finished homework, in the Dropbox so that I can see it, grade it, and give you feedback and a grade, and all that's tied up with the grade book. Let's also look at the quizzes link. It is a series of quizzes that you can take. They're online, they're open book, they're open note, they're all multiple choice. In each one of my classes, the way that I administer these quizzes is exactly the same. You get one shot to take them, but they're not timed. So all I ask is that you take them before the due date and that you do your best while you take them. They will be automatically graded and added to the grade book. Beyond quizzes, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. The grades will tell you all your grades for every item in the class. User progress will show you how many times you've been online. I will be able to see that, what you've accessed while you've been online. There's just a couple more things I want to point out. To get to the home page for any class, just click that class name beside our JCCC logo here. It'll take you back to that news page. To switch between your classes, once you're in class, click this drop-down arrow, and you can switch between any of your classes. I'll switch over to my JavaScript class here. There's no news there yet, but that's a fast way to switch between the classes that you're taking. If you see a list of classes you've taken in previous semesters, you can use these little push pins to pin the current semester's classes to the top, and then it's really easy to flip between your open classes using this little drop-down list. Thank you and have a great day.